There was a rumor spreading online, whispered first in late-night forums, then creeping onto TikTok and horror subreddits. People called it the face in the walls. It always started the same way. Someone waking up in the middle of the night or turning on a dim hallway light and then seeing it. A massive human face pressed into their wall from the other side, as if the drywall was thin as skin. It never spoke, never blinked, just stared. At first, most thought it was a viral prank. Photoshop, skin suits, projection tricks, until it began happening live on streams, until the screams stopped sounding staged. 1. The first night. Jalen, a college student living alone in a cheap off-campus apartment, was studying late. His eyes burned, and he rubbed them before pushing away from his desk. He noticed it first, out the corner of his eye. A bulge in the paint on the far wall, like moisture warping wood. But the room was dry, the air still. He froze. The bulge grew. Nostrils formed first, pushing outward like something breathing behind the drywall. Then a brow, a forehead, cheekbones, shaping under plaster like clay being pushed from the other side. Still forming. Smooth and wet. Becoming human. Jalen stumbled back, knocking over his chair. The face finished, and stared at him. Wide lips, closed tight, a long nose, eyes, hollow depressions that slowly deepened until sockets and pupils pressed into being. It looked old, ancient, male, enormous, bigger than any person's head had a right to be. A sound crawled up from the wall, dry plaster straining. Not a growl, not a voice, but the faintest whisper of breath. You see me. Jalen didn't scream. He couldn't. His body locked, breath caught in his chest, heart pounding like it wanted to escape. He blinked, and the face sank back into the wall. Gone. Smooth. Untouched. Jalen didn't sleep. He moved out the next morning. 2. The spread. Videos blew up across the internet. Parents filming their nursery at night see a giant cheek swell in the corner, watched by their baby monitor. A man live streams and suddenly goes silent mid-sentence as a face grows behind him, filling his entire wall. His viewers see nothing afterward. No movement, no return. Police body cam footage leaks. Officers enter a house for a welfare check. They see a massive face stretching the kitchen wall like plastic wrap. And then the footage cuts to static. TikTokers joked and tried recreating it, until one popular creator live streamed it happening and never posted again. Governments denied involvement. Scientists argued about optical hallucinations, mass panic, gas leaks, projection technology, but no one could explain why the walls seemed to breathe. No one answered the biggest question: why did it only appear when someone was alone? 3. The investigator. Amira Hassan wasn't a believer in the paranormal. A freelance journalist, she chased weird stories for clicks, but she needed something real. So when a family in Chicago disappeared after texting relatives about something in the walls, she booked a flight. She entered the empty house with a borrowed paranormal rig. Night vision camera, electromagnetic sensors, old school tape recorder. The place felt cold, silent, too still. The walls had handprints on them, not painted, pressed, as though fingers had pushed the drywall from inside, straining outward. She set up her equipment and sat in the living room, whispering to her recorder. If anything's here, show yourself. For hours, nothing. Midnight passed, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. She was nodding off when she heard it. A breath. Slow, deep, like lungs the size of a car pulling in air through insulation. Then the wall behind her expanded. She turned slowly, dread filling her bones, while her camera whirred automatically to life. The paint ballooned outward. Cracks formed like veins. A face pushed through. Not old, not male. This one was massive, female, and grieving. Its eyes, wet, glassy, stared into her. Its mouth opened, stretching the wall like skin. A whisper came from everywhere and nowhere. Help! Me. Amira's recorder picked up her shaking breaths. Then, another sound, like hundreds of voices gurgling beneath concrete. Another face appeared beside the first. Then another, and another. Faces pressed into every wall, surrounding her, silent and trembling, as if begging. She reached out a shaking hand, compelled by some mix of horror and pity, and touched the first face's cheek. Cold, flesh soft under plaster. The entire house inhaled at once. Then, black. 4. The truth no one wanted. Her abandoned camera footage leaked 2 days later. Investigators combed through it, horrified. Frames between static showed something impossible. Not faces behind walls, but walls behind faces. As if the house, the world, the solid matter around us was only a thin shell. And on the other side, millions. Trapped. Watching. Reaching out, trying not to scream. Trying not to drown in whatever prison existed behind reality's surface. 5. The final transmission. Amira's last recorded whisper before the footage cut forever. They're not trying to enter our world. We're sitting on top of theirs. And they're suffocating. They don't want to haunt us. They want us to move. Then a whisper from behind the wall, layered thousands of voices thick. Switch places. The record ends. Now, late at night, in quiet apartments and silent hallways, people report walls swelling, plaster breathing. And if you're ever alone, if you ever see the bulge forming on the wall, a nose taking shape, lips pushing outward, eyes pressing from behind, don't look at it. Don't speak to it. And whatever you do, don't touch it. Because once you do, you take its place, and it steps into your world, while you press your silent face against the cold, suffocating void on the other side, watching someone else live your life through a thin, cracking wall. Forever, I